to our channel. And this is Katie, Charlie, and baby Melin and baby Lulu. And we are here on this dreadful, scary, spooky night, October 31st, and it's Halloween. And babies are sporting their new costumes. Lulu is Queen Bee, as you can see, aunties. And baby Melin, she's a little baby pumpkin. And they are sitting next to our Halloween pumpkin. The candle is burning, our ghost projector is running, and we are in the middle of spooky Halloween party, everybody. So we want to welcome all of you who stopped by trick-or-treating at our channel. And this night, since it's a very spooky night, full of ghosts and ghouls and witches and weird spirits, oh my goodness, we need a very spooky story, ladies and gentlemen. And I know these are babies, but you know what? It's Halloween, so we can make exception. And I'm going to tell you this spooky story, ladies and gentlemen. And my projector is completely falling. But I'm going to tell you this spooky story that is actually real. This happened to me and my husband when we moved to one of the rental properties. And this story is completely true. Nothing is fabricated. I'm going to tell it how it happened. Hopefully it will be entertaining for all of you who like spooky stories. It's a ghost story, haunted house story, ladies and gentlemen. So before we moved into this house, when we purchased this house, we needed to remodel it. It needed to be, a lot of things needed to be redone in this house. So we rented another house not far from here. And when we moved into that house, it was basically the main floor and the attic, where there was a huge bedroom in the attic, two additional bedrooms, family room, living room, dining room, and kitchen on the main floor, and down in a garden apartment, another two guys were renting garden apartment. So when we got into this house, I immediately noticed all these crosses about the main door, and there were also things written at the front of the house and the back of the house with a chalk on a wall. I did not know what that meant, but I didn't touch it. But it was really strange because I've never seen anything like that. Nobody I know is writing or drawing crosses about the door. So the first year we lived there, everything was fine, ladies. But later on, as the year passed, I noticed that Charlie never really liked to be in the attic, and we did not sleep in the attic. It was a huge room where I had my closet and I had my little workstation for my crafts and storage for my eBay little store. So I was there during the day, working sometimes on my computer, sometimes packing the packages, but Charlie never ever liked to be in that attic with me. And at first I didn't notice anything, but later on, after probably a year passed, not even a year, I noticed that weird things started to happen. First of all, first thing, I could feel like I was being watched, but sometimes, you know, it's something that all of us sometimes experience, and it's all, sometimes we feel like it when we watch some spooky story or spooky movie. Then I started feeling very cold in that attic, even though it was really in the middle of summer, and you know how these attics are. My attic in this house, it gets so hot, but sometimes you could feel these cold spots, like literally you would be chilled, you would get goosebumps. And then I started noticing that one of my closet doors was I always found it open in the morning, so I closed it in the night at night, and then in the morning I would come and the door would be open. It was very funny feeling, ladies, when you are pretty sure and you do it on purpose. You make sure every evening that you would go, I would go up there and close the door, and then I would come back to the attic in the morning and the door of my closet would be open. I was, oh, let me tell you, and yeah, can you see? Girls are getting, their eyes are like widening. They're like, oh, look at Lulu. What's happening, Lulu? You look a little bit scared. It's a scary story. It's Halloween. Look at your little sister. Malin, sweetie, I hope you're not scared. And there is a big spider crawling right behind you. Look at that, guys. Ooh, let me get some pesticides, some spray, immediately. Back to the story, ladies. So as I said, I started noticing very, very weird and not very pleasant stuff happening in that attic. And I told it to Mike. But my Mike, ladies, let's be, if I would be completely honest, a guy was not really into paranormal stuff. He doesn't like scary movies. He wouldn't watch a ghost story. But the second I would bring something up, some paranormal stuff happening, he would be, oh, no, don't even go there, Katie. I don't believe in ghosts. Probably, it was right after we got little Charlie. He was a little puppy. We were going out one night. It was late fall. The evenings were long. You know, when it's 5 o'clock and it gets dark and it's chilly. It's one of those, it's the season I do not really particularly enjoy going out in the evening for a dinner. But we went, and it was right in November when my birthday is. And I'm pretty sure we went out for a dinner for my birthday. So we get back from the dinner, I went upstairs, I grabbed my pajamas, I closed the door to my closet, and I called Mike and he said, you know what, all these stories of yours, let's duct tape the door to the closet. Because, you know, maybe the house, it's sitting funky, or maybe the wall is not exactly straight, maybe just door is hanging not the way it should be. Maybe that's the reason why the door of the closet keeps opening. We duct taped the door, ladies. And in the morning I went upstairs to the attic. I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear any ruckus or anything. Ladies, as I'm sitting here, as all the heavens are my witness, the door was wide open, the duct tape torn, and half of my closet, the clothes were on the floor outside of the closet. I started screaming, ladies. I love spooky stories and I love paranormal stuff. I love all good campfire tales and everything and folklore. But when it's happening in your attic, it kind of loses its shine. Don't you think, ladies? So Mike got up there. It was really, really scary, guys. He didn't believe me. And he probably would not believe that I didn't have anything to do with it, because he at first, I'm sure that he was thinking that I wanted to scare him, that I did that mess. But I told him, you know what? You know me, I can't exist with a mess. I'm really organized. Why would I do this? All my closet was perfect. Everything was perfectly folded. All of my sachets in place. I'm very proud of my closets. Why would I do all this mess? This will take me the whole day to clean, the way I like to have it cleaned. But anyways, ladies, as the a month passed, I went to work and Mike was home when our friend came. And Mike later on told me that they were sitting in a kitchen when his friend, let's call him John, when John at 1 second asks Mike, well, I thought that you said that Katie is not home. What are all those steps that are, she's upstairs, right? And Mike goes, no, nobody's home. I'm home alone. And he goes, well, what are all those steps? Did you hear that? So ladies, there you go. 2 adult men. None of them believes in ghosts. And they're hearing all these creepy steps in my attic. Let me tell you, since that day, Mike asked me to close the door to the attic every night. We were not even considering sleeping in that bedroom next to the attic. We moved and we were literally sleeping on our sofa for the last few months while we were renting, because construction at our house was almost finished. So it's, you know, we had only a few more months to live in that house, but it wasn't, I knew that spirit was not out there to harm us, because if it wanted to harm us, it would probably do so. But it was not pleasant, and as we were kind of okay with it, you know, if it stayed upstairs in the attic, not really going downstairs where we were during the day. At night it was fine, but one night, ladies and gentlemen, we're sleeping, and right around 3 o'clock it was, I wake up hearing Charlie growling. He was a little puppy. And no, it was before 3 o'clock. He's growling and he's looking at this corner. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing was in that corner. It was just dark corner. It was no table, no TV, nothing. Nothing was moving. He's staring into this dark corner. And at that second, I knew he's probably staring at some spirit or some entity. Ugh. I did not tell Mike because I know Mike. So I kind of went back to sleep because I just said, go away. I know you're not here to harm me, go away. I said a little prayers, a little meditation. I had my crystals that my mom gave me. So I go back to sleep. I didn't really want to make any drama out of it because maybe Charlie was just growling. You know, I have a huge imagination, ladies. I'm very imaginative. I love to imagine things and stories, especially spooky stories. So I went back to bed, and around 3 o'clock, Mike wakes me up. And ladies, there was the biggest proof beside the closet. Here we are in a dark middle of the night. It was around 3 o'clock, dark living room. And on the other side of the room there was a basket. We got Charlie this little giggle egg. It's interactive doggy toy. When you push it, it starts rolling and it's giggling. So imagine how scary. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, it's dead of the night, it's so dark, and you just hear this little toy literally like flying around our living room floor, giggling. It's a giggle egg and it's like Mike and I and Charlie, we jumped into one little, like, oh my goodness, like we were hugging, and Mike goes, and there goes my husband, ladies. And this is not really spooky part, and he would probably be not happy that I told you, but there he goes in the middle of this terror. He tells me, Katie, go and turn the light on. Ladies, I looked at him and I said, what kind of husband are you? Are you just telling me we are being terrorizing by some spirit? By some ghost from the other side? There's this toy giggling, Charlie's growling, good knows what is sneaking, you know, on a floor coming towards us, and you tell me to go to turn on the light? So finally my husband gets out of the bed, and he turns on the light, and there was nothing, of course, only that rolling little giggling egg. And right after that, I went upstairs in the morning and I said, look, we are not here to take your house. We are renting. We will be leaving soon. Please, let's stick to our levels. You stay here, we stay downstairs, and we can coexist here. So now you are probably all thinking that I absolutely lost my mind, ladies. But nothing is, I did not make up anything. Nothing is created out of this story, ladies. This story is whole truth. And I got a little bit of clarification on what could have happened or what was maybe going on in our house. On a day we were moving out, I had really sweet neighbors, and the lady across the street, it was elderly lady. She came up and she wanted to give us a final hug. So we're standing on the street in front of the house, watching guys taking out the last little things, and then she hugs me and she said, "Oh, so you're leaving. Oh, the house will be so sad without you guys, and Mary's going to be sad." And I'm listening to her. I'm like, "What Mary? What Mary are you talking about, Bethy?" And she goes, "Well, Mary, the lady that used to live in that house, some people were saying that they saw her in the window. I did not want to bring it up because, you know, I'm a Christian, Katie, and I did not want to scare you, but I just wanted to ask you if you ever maybe felt her there." Ladies, at that moment I thought I was going to just faint in front of that house. So I told her, "Yes, Beth, I actually have few really quite interesting stories with your Mary. What's the backstory?" So story goes, ladies, 50 years ago, this young couple moved to the street. It was still this area was still not so full. It was kind of like suburbs of Chicago. There was nothing but fields behind it. So these were first families building in that area. And Mary and her husband, Jack, I think it was Jack or George, they moved into the house and they lived there, and they had their kids, and their kids grew up there, and then kids left, and Mary and George, let's say George, were still living in that house. But Mary then suffered a horrible stroke, and George wanted to sell the house. He was begging her, "Mary, it's so hard. You love to be in your attic because there was this huge window and you could see the whole neighborhood." That was why I really loved that attic, ladies. On this one side, this one window, you could see there, and you could see the sunset, and you could see during the summer, I would open the window and listen to the birds. It was beautiful. You could see really, really far away from that window. And obviously Mary really loved to be there, and she begged her husband, "Please, please do not sell the house. It's not going to be long now. Just please let me leave. Let me finish my days here on this earth, in this house." And ladies, she did pass away in that attic. So I don't know what happened, but I really, really do think till this day, my husband thinks, and even my neighbors, they do think that Mary is still residing in that attic. And why she made a mess out of my closet, who knows? But obviously she wanted to make some contact because she was rolling that little egg, or maybe she wanted to see the puppy, who knows? She never hurt us, she never did anything to us, she wasn't tossing any object at us. So, you know, some people don't believe in this stuff. I do believe, and this is not just like something, "Oh, I heard something, I heard shuffling, I hear some sounds, maybe there's a ghost." My whole closet was out there, right on the floor. Who would do it? Who would do such a thing? Nobody was home when it happened. So yes, ladies, this is my spooky story. This is my ghost story. It's a true story of what happened. And I have few more stories, but I will share them at special occasions like this. Babies, and of course Charlie and myself, we want to wish you a happy Halloween. Trick or treat, ladies. Have a wonderful and spookylicious evening, and I will talk to you later. Bye.